This session today, we will be growing our roots. Fall is a season of change and transition. It's a time where we might start feeling a little bit lethargic or even a little anxious. So today I'd like to think of us as roots and growing roots so that we feel a sense of grounding, a sense of purpose, and that when the storms and season comes, that change and transition, we remain rooted and grounded. Today's class will do a little bit of movement. We're going to start standing. So we'll do some big, bold movements standing, and then we'll come down to the floor and move into a little bit more gentle, calm, restful poses. And it's really important that you listen to your body. You can opt out of any shape. You can also stay in one shape for as long as you like. Everything I share with you is invitational. You know your body the best. And I'd like to share a poem. And this poem is about growing your roots. The roots of all living things are tied together, deep in the ground of being. They tangle and embrace. If we look deeply, we find that we do not have a separate self-identity, a self that does not include sun and wind, earth and water, creatures and plants, and one another. We can think of growing our roots into the earth and that we're all interconnected, that we aren't just one person, but that we need each other to survive, a community, a collective sense of care and being, that we're connected with earth and all that earth offers us, the trees, the plants, all of these beings, including our loved ones, our pets, that this is the connection that we have. And one more poem I'd like to share by Rumi, if you've heard of him. Come, return to the root of yourself. You are a ruby embedded in granite. How long will you pretend it's not true? We can see it in your eyes. Come to the root of yourself. Maybe today you think about what it feels like to grow your roots, to settle into your unique self. We'll start standing. If it does feel more comfortable and you want to start sitting in a chair or on the floor, you can. Like I said, everything I'm sharing is invitational. Once we start standing, take some time to move a little bit freely here. So you might sway a little side to side. Maybe your arms are included in that. Maybe you'd like to hold them on your hips. As you do this, you also might explore your environment, what's around you, noticing the room that you're in, right? So we're not looking for any one experience. Your practice is going to be different from mine. I'm inviting you to become the observer of the space that you're in and the space that you take up, how it feels to move and breathe in your body today. Okay, and now if you'd like to, you could include the arms, allowing your leaves to shake any excess heaviness or weight, your arms side to side. And maybe even your feet included. Maybe even big movements Or taking your arms up and back, kind of like skiing. And then shake it all off, shake it out, shake it out. Shaking can be really, really therapeutic for any kind of anxiety or excess energy. And then pat down one leg, maybe even the shin or your foot. And then come over to the other leg, shake it out, pat it down. Wake up the nerves and the cells. I'm here. I'm ready to be in my body, in this space, in this moment. Your back, maybe the back of the shoulders. Take a big cleansing breath in. Exhale, let it go. And let's do that one more time. Breathing in, you could take your arms up high and then exhale. And now taking a moment to observe how your body feels. Your arms could be by the sides. Maybe you look at the floor. Maybe you close the eyes. Observe the energy that you've just created. Where do you notice it? And begin to relax the facial muscles, allowing your jaw to unclench. The space around your eyes begins to soften. Notice now your body still. Maybe visualize roots growing from the body down your legs, through the soles of your feet into the earth. I am here. I'm rooted, I'm grounded. If you'd like to explore your breath, you could take one hand on the belly and the other over the heart. Your breath starts to slow down, becomes long, patient, and full. With your breath in, begin to expand. You might notice your navel rises and the breath rising up from the base up to the collarbones. And your exhale, you're drawing the navel slightly in. Take a few more breaths like this. Breathing in, fresh, new. Breathing out. Releasing anything that you're holding. Okay, now you can release the hands if they're on the body, and we'll start to rock forward and back. Forward and back on the balls of the feet, the toes, and then you can lean back onto the heels, maybe even lifting the toes. The movements could be small or big. Noticing this forward and back, right? Maybe even channeling in the element of water and the fluidity that runs through you. A little bit of change, but still remaining grounded. And then now, as you plant the feet, you might rock side to side, taking weight from one side to the other. And now you might begin to earth serve. So you're taking weight kind of in like a circle, maybe even your hips get involved here, your hands on the hips. Maybe the circles become a little even bigger as you come forward and back. Keep a little micro bend in the knees. Okay, now we'll go the other way. Noticing how your whole body is supported, the earth that's beneath you, your legs, the bones, your joints. Okay, and coming back to the center, draw your shoulders up towards the ears and then bring them down the back, open the arms, your palms can face away from the body, spread the fingers wide and grow into your mountain shape. Your whole body breathing. And your inhale, sweep both of your arms, reaching them up, and your palms can come together down to the heart center. We start to integrate breath and movement. You breathe in, your palms are together, and then down to your heart. Continue to do this movement on your own with the rhythm of your breath. Do a few more. Maybe you even sense the space that surrounds the body, or visualize light surrounding the body. And last time, breathing in, reaching up, and exhale your hands at the heart. Inhale, take the arms up, and then exhale, release. Okay, now we're gonna take the hands to the hips, and you might even bring your feet a little bit closer together. And then now start to sit like you're gonna sit into a chair. It's up to you how deep you wanna go. Maybe you'd like your hands together at the heart. And then inhale, come back up. Reach your arms up high. Maybe you come onto the toes. Exhale, bring your palms back together, sitting into your chair. Little deeper maybe, micrometer deeper. Breathing in one more time. Feel the whole front side of your body stretch big and wide, and then exhale, finding your chair pose. Stay here for a few breaths. Breathe into the shape, invite a little bit of heat. And then inhale, rising up nice and tall, and release. And shake it out. Inhale, reaching your arms up high overhead. You can clasp the fingers together with the thumbs and the pointer finger reaching up. You could spread the feet wide and then leaning over towards one side. A lateral bend. You could also pull the elbows and shoulders back. Breathing in and out. Notice the length on the side of the body. Inhale, come up. And now exhale, going over to the other side. Lengthening the side of the body, expanding the breath here in the rib cage. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Let it go. Okay, we're gonna come back to the center. Your hands could be here at the heart. You'll breathe in at the center and then exhale, take your foot over towards the right. I'm gonna move my blocks. So we're starting at the center. You're breathing in and then exhale, step, a big wide step and open up the arms. Take up space, breathe in all across the front of the body and then exhale, step back to the center. Nice. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. So breathing in at the center and then exhale, you'll step wide, opening up across the front of the body, and then exhale back at the center. Nice. We'll do that again one more time on each side. Your exhale wide, spacious, and open. Exhale back to the center. Inhale, open, really big and wide, expressive, courage. And exhale back at the center. Nice. We find our chair pose, leaning into the experience, a little bit of turbulence. Your breath keeps you anchored. Inhale, rise up, reach up through the tips of your fingers, maybe on the toes, and then release. Pause, briefly notice how you feel. Maybe you'd like to take a hand over the body. Feel the rhythm, the courage, the spaciousness, the roots, the root of yourself. Okay, we'll release and we'll do a standing cat-cow. You can keep your hands on your hips and you can start to breathe in. When you breathe in, lifting up your tailbone slightly and your chin, spreading across the front of the body, and then exhale, rounding, drawing your chin in, moving forward and back. You could release the hands and then now start to allow the shoulders to lead. So you've got a rounding in the spine and then drawing the shoulders up and back. Nice. You can continue to do this, or you can involve the arms even more, breathing in across the front and then exhale, rounding and crossing the arms together. Breathing in, opening wide. Exhale, taking the other arm across. One more time, each side. Breathe in, expansive. Exhale, rounding in. Last one. Exhale. Now we're going to hold here. Maybe tucking your chin in. Observe the space between your shoulder blades. Let your breath dissipate any tension. Okay, inhale, open wide, breathing in, and then exhale, release. Okay, shake it out, let it go. Okay, we're gonna find a standing twist. You're gonna take your right arm in front of you, your left arm can come behind you. Now you can also do this with cactus arms or goalpost arms. As you do this, try to keep your hips towards the front and then beginning to twist. If the arms are out wide, you might even take your gaze towards the back of your thumb that's behind you. And then coming forward, bring your palms together in front and then do the same thing to the other side. Maybe you look back at the hand or the thumb. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, open up on the other side. Inhale, forward. Exhale, one more time on this side. Inhale, forward, reach arms up. Exhale, cleansing breath. And shake it out. Okay, we'll come down to the floor now. As we come down to the floor, I invite you to find a tabletop. This is a good time to make sure that you have any props that you'd like for this session nearby. So I've got a big bolster, I've got 2 blocks and a blanket. With the blanket, you can place that underneath your knees. I would recommend having blocks towards the front of the mat. In your tabletop shape, you could spread the fingers wide. And then on your inhale, finding a cow shape, lifting up the tailbone, lifting the chin. And exhale, you begin to round. You can tuck your chin, drawing up through the back of your heart. Inhale, flowing into your cow. Exhale, rounding. Continue the movement on your own. You can linger any one spot. And the next time you exhale and you round the back and it feels right in your body, you can bring your hips back and find your version of child's pose. Child's pose can look different for everybody. Your hips can come back towards your heels with your arms reaching forward. Maybe your head is on the floor or on your block. You can have your knees together or wide. We're going to hold this shape for a handful of breaths. You might even have the arms behind you. You've generated energy, prana. Return back your awareness into the body, the rhythm of your breath. Returning to the root of yourself, the root of all things that have prana, the life energy. A few more breaths here. On your next inhale, begin to come back up into your tabletop shape. Plant your left hand down onto the mat, and we're going to come into a twist with the right hand and the arm, reaching it up. Maybe you follow the gaze towards that hand, and then exhale, thread that arm underneath the side of your body. Your elbow and arm could come down to the floor. You could bring your head down onto the floor. This is also a good time to use a bolster, maybe under your head or even resting the arm. And you choose what you'd like to do with the left hand. It can stay. Maybe you'd like to play with that hand or arm and wrap it around the back of your body. And if the mind wanders, that's okay. You can always come back to the experience of the breath, how it feels. Where do you notice your breath? Perhaps notice it at the back of the heart. And when you're ready, press into the left hand, reach the right arm back up, and then lower it back down. Before we move to the other side, you might notice the difference between the right arm, shoulder, and the left arm and shoulder. Plant the right hand down, lift the left arm, your gaze follows. And then exhale, thread the arm underneath the side of the body. Take the variation that feels the best for you. Your right hand could reach towards the front of the mat or wrap around the back of the body. One more breath. When you're ready to transition back, press into the right palm underneath you. Lift the left arm, breathing in. Exhale, lower it back down. You can sit back into a child's pose here, or you could explore taking downward facing dog. If you take downward facing dog, you can Press into the feet, lifting up the pelvis. Maybe you bend one knee at a time or shake the head out. And if you're in downward dog, you can go ahead, lower the knees. We'll meet in a child's pose for about 3 breaths here. Breathing in, the expansion of the breath. In your exhale is a gentle pelvic abdominal contraction. Your breath in, inviting courage. Your breath out, releasing, allowing the roots, nourishing the body. Okay, now inhale, rise back up. You'll lower the hips slightly down into a supported plank shape. Your toes could be tucked or untucked. Breathing in here. And then exhale, hugging the sides of the body. You can lower all the way down to the mat. Take the tops of your feet down onto the floor, your hands. They could come underneath the shoulders and finding a cobra shape as you lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, lower back down. You might do this movement a couple more times, or maybe for you, you'd like to stay still and find rest in this shape. It's up to you what feels the best in your body today. Inhale, lengthening up, and then exhale, lower back down. You might take the arms by the sides, pause here, observe. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, press into them. And then you could sit back into a child's pose or a downward facing dog. And then lower the knees down if you're in a downward dog, and then sit back, find a child's pose. Allow the heart to sink a little bit closer to the earth. Inhale, rise back up. You're going to take the right foot and step it forward. You could also have blocks. This creates a little bit more space. And then take the right foot, stepping it forward, plant the foot down. Your back foot, it could be tucked or untucked. You're breathing in into the lunge, and then when you exhale, you're going to bring your hips back. You're lifting up the toes in this half split shape. And then exhale, or inhale, come forward, and exhale, you're coming back. You might use the blocks, or you could have your hands on the side. Doing this one more time. Remember, it's not about how the shape looks, but rather how it feels to be in the shape. And then the next time you bring your hips back, find your half split, hold here. Press back into the foot, and then maybe even start to lift up through the chest. Hands could be on the hips. at the heart. Or if it feels right in your body, reaching the arms up. Your gaze is steady at one spot. Breathing into the shape, your whole body. I am here. I am rooted. I am grounded. On your next exhale, lowering your hands back down. You could bring them down to the floor or onto your blocks. Step the right foot back. Maybe you find a downward dog. Maybe you take child's pose. If you like vinyasa flows, you might take a mini vinyasa flow from the plank into the cobra. We'll meet in a child's pose. Okay, on your next breath, when you're ready to come to the other side, rise back up, stepping the left foot forward. Again, back toes may be tucked or untucked. Your breath in with the knee bent as you breathe out. Send the hips back. Maybe you walk the blocks back, your toes lifted. Breathing in, come forward. Exhale, coming back. Inhale forward. On the next exhale, back, hold your half split. Lean into the sensation. Mindful that if you ever have any kind of pain to come out of the shape, we're not forcing. We're feeling, we're exploring. Inhale, come forward, find your lunge. Hands by the sides, on the hips. Or you could explore with the arms up. I am rooted. The winds come, the storms come, the change. I am grounded. I am here. A couple more breaths. On your exhale, you could bring your hands down, stepping back, choosing your variation, a downward facing dog, or maybe a vinyasa with a cobra shape. Eventually, we'll meet in a child's pose. Slowly, we'll rise back up. And we'll come onto the back. Now you could have a block nearby or your bolster. If you'd like to have a blanket for your head, keep it thin for now. As you lower onto the back, Maybe you play around here, or you could find a moment of stillness. If you want a little bit of movement, pull your knees in towards the chest. Maybe you rock side to side. We'll meet with our hands onto the knees, pushing the knees away from the body as you breathe in. Exhale, drawing the knees in. Moving forward and back. Noticing how this feels on your tailbone, your sacrum. The connection here with the root chakra. Your connection to the earth. The root of your body. The root of your breath. You can continue doing this movement, or you could explore with circles, drawing the knees to one side towards you and then over to the other side. Slowly going the other direction. Bringing the knees back at the center. Lower the feet down to the earth. Extend the left leg down the mat. If it feels right in your body, then I invite you to draw the right knee in. This is a good time if you like using straps or you have a scarf, you could wrap it around your foot or in front of the knee. You could also clasp the hands on the knee. Maybe you move the toes and roll your ankle. Noticing how it feels to lie flat on the floor. This might be the first time you've done that today. Rolling the ankle the other way. And then you might even start to open up the hip by drawing the knee over to the right. Your left hand, it could come out to the side. Bring the knee back into the center. Keeping the bend in the knee, you're going to place the foot so it's on the inside of your left leg. You're welcome to stay in this shape, or you could take a reclined tree pose by starting to open the knee out to the side with your foot maybe even coming to the inside of the left knee. Remember, it doesn't matter what it looks like. And then start to release your muscles here. You might have the knee, the outside of the right knee resting on your block. And your hands could stay by the sides, or maybe you grow your reclined tree with your arms reaching up over the front of the body, the back of the head. And slowing the breath down. We'll hold this shape for about another minute or so. You're welcome to come out at any time. Your whole body breathing. Try your best to release any holding. A few more breaths in this shape. You're welcome to stay and linger, or if you are ready to transition, bring the knee back up. Slowly extend it down the mat next to the left. Find a pocket, a brief moment to pause, to observe. How does the right leg and hip feel compared to the left? Your whole body breathing. Beginning to point and flex both of the feet so the whole body is moving up and down. When you're ready, pull the left leg, draw it in towards you. Maybe you have the strap or scarf wrapped around the knee, beginning to roll the ankle, move the toes. The right leg can be down the mat, or you can also stay bent with the foot flat. Going the opposite direction. And if you would like to explore the hip, take the knee over towards the left side. The right arm, maybe it's wide or like a cactus. Bringing the knee back into the center. Lowering the left foot down to the mat. You could stay here in this variation, or taking your reclined tree, the left knee opens up. It can be nice to support the left knee with a bolster. And you choose the arms. Does your tree have the arms up overhead, or do you want your hands resting on top of the body? Allow for softening. A release. Your whole body breathing. A few more breaths here. Slowly at your pace, bringing the knee back up. Extend the leg down the mat next to the right. Release all of your muscles. A moment to check in, to embody the practice. Slowly pull both legs up towards the body. You can hug them in. Maybe you stay here in stillness, or you rock side to side. Lower the feet so they come back down to the earth. You can stay here or finding a bridge shape, pressing into the feet and the arms and hands that are by your side. You can begin to lift up the pelvis. As you lift the pelvis up, you might even take your arms up. They could come all the way up behind you, or you could take the hands underneath, breathing in, and then exhale, slowly lower back down. Pause here, observe. Draw the knees up towards the body. We'll take a reclined twist over to the right. So it can be nice. For me, I enjoy scooting my hips over to the side of the mat and then letting the knees fall over to the opposite side. Knees could rest on the floor or on top of your prop. Let this be relaxed, a sense of ease and calm. We'll be here for about another minute or so. And your exhale starts to lengthen. Relax the muscles in your face, the jaw, your eyes, your whole body. Bringing your awareness back, slowly lifting the knees up, switching to the other side. If your hips are scooted over, scoot them to the other opposite side, allowing the knees to fall over, resting on the floor or on top of a prop so that you're not straining, inviting ease, rest, and release. Slowly come back up with the knees. You might pull them in one more time, and then finding your final pose, the shape of Shavasana, your resting shape. You can take Shavasana on the back. If you take it on the back, it can be nice to have a bolster or a rolled blanket underneath your knees, or a blanket under your head draped over the body. And at any time, you can come out of this shape. Another option for Shavasana is on the side or the stomach. Maybe you'd like to sit up in a cozy chair. As you find the comfort of your shape, we'll be here for a few minutes. Take a scan of your whole body. Observe the feet relaxed, your legs relaxed, your pelvis relaxed, fingers and hands relaxed, elbows and shoulders relaxed, the spine relaxed, your whole head relaxed, your whole body relaxed. Space around the eyes, both cheeks, your jaw. The experience of your whole body. The root of yourself. Your whole body. Breathing in and breathing out. And again, you can come out at any time. We'll be here for another few minutes. Slowly start to bring your awareness back as you observe the sounds around you, the space just outside of you, the floor beneath you, any props that are supporting the blanket over the body, the support beneath you. You're welcome to stay for as long as you'd like. When you are ready to come out, bring slow, mindful movements back, maybe moving the hands or your head rocking side to side. As you expand your breath, I invite you to roll onto your side. Before you come up, pause for a brief moment and notice the change. Then you can start to rise back up, and we'll close our session together with the hands at the heart, drawing the head in and honoring the root of yourself, the connection that we are all rooted and grounded together, honoring that you showed up and your courage. Thank you for letting me guide you in honor of all that we are and all that there is. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Wishing you peace, peace, perfect peace. Thank you.